When looking for the king of podcasts, you're at the wrong channel.
Well, excuse me!
Looking for good ideas for life? You're far from good hands.
Hey, bud, what's your problem?
If you think the listener is always right, you're far from the right place.
Out of order! Even in the future, nothing works!
Hosted by a Northeasterner by birth, but a rebel by choice.
Are you threatening me?
If you want a host that floats between love and madness,
and we know the night is always gonna be here anyway. Thinking of you's working up my appetite. Looking forward to a little afternoon delight.
then play on and listen to Crazy Train Radio.
All right, guys, listen to this blues riff and B. Watch me for the changes and try and keep up, okay?
Within the gaming world, there are your general gamers, but then there are those that enjoy the dark underbelly of gaming. If you're one of those that enjoy the dark underbelly of gaming, we certainly got the place to send you. Scorpion Lair Games. That's right, Scorpion Lair Games is the creators of the true crime hit Killers, the card game. Let's not forget they also have Killers Clothing Company, the profiler game, and things like the 5-Minute Murder channel on YouTube. And we certainly can't forget the new book that is certainly a hit, Beyond the Headliners, True Crimes, Myths, and Legends. Make sure you visit Jeff and the Scorpion Lair Games on Facebook and everywhere today.
Hi, this is Anthony DeLongis, and you're listening to Crazy Train Radio.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, our next guests are involved with a great project called The Last Redemption, which came out in 2024, and it's available on most of the streaming sites, whether it be Prime, Tubi, Apple TV, Vudu, and others that everybody usually has. This movie stars Kevin Sorbo, who was obviously Hercules, but also includes our next two guests, which is a father-daughter pairing, Neb Chupin and Lutze Chupin. So, we got the Chupins, and like I said in the introduction, we are going to be discussing The Last Redemption. So, Neb and Junior Chupin, how are we doing today?
Good.
We're doing very well, thank you.
That is awesome. And Neb plays Silent Jack and Lutzen, and she plays Lil. So, Dad, or Neb, you've been acting a little bit, since 2000, give or take, after retiring from the engineering and all business, because we'll get into all that. But What was it like for you to be able to work with your daughter on this project?
It was amazing.
Nice.
I was looking forward to see how she will, how she's gonna interact with other actors and actresses, how she's gonna like the crew, because I know she's outgoing and I was really looking forward to see how she's gonna, but she really enjoyed it. I think she showed her best. I mean, she really enjoyed being in the center of attention, so to speak.
Nice. Let's on your side of things, how was it like working? Is this the first acting project you were involved in? But what was it like that Dad was also working on screen for you?
It was like standing and waiting a long time, waiting for it to be my turn, watching everyone go while I'm just sitting there in the car wearing these like uncomfortable costumes. When it's finally my turn, I only go for like 2 seconds and then come out.
And people won't see the video side of this, but I'm chuckling because as she started answering, Neb is sitting there making a couple little faces, but funny faces in a good way. It's like he knows her personality's coming out, and it was just one of those that fit the moment. But would you say, Neb, as a father, and I know we are all proud of our children and whatnot,
Yes.
for different reasons, because all of our children are unique in whatever way. But would you say she fit like from whenever you go, you know what? She might be a character. She can possibly get into acting and such as we're eating ice cream. Is that ice cream you got there?
Yes. She, she can really memorize fast. I was surprised when we were given like she had a long monologue when I was in one of the scenes when I was trying to sleep and she didn't let me sleep. I was surprised that she really likes doing it. She enjoys memorizing and being in character. And I felt that she could be the one, because this is not her first gig. The first gig was on my own production just a year before. And I felt, yeah, she can do that.
Well, I guess, I should have did this before I jumped in with the questions, but I'll do it now. But I want to mention for those who haven't seen The Last Redemption, and when I did a quick search, I saw it was on Tubi, Prime, I believe, here in the States. So it is out there to see, but it is an epic quest that pits a fearless outlaw, Diana, and knight Tyron against the villainous Lord Roland, who happens to be played by Kevin Sorbo for the king, and they're going for the kingdom's survival. So if I know several people right off the bat that would fit just loving that movie because of many different reasons. But what was that like for you guys working with Kevin Sorbo?
Kevin Sorbo is very approachable, happy fella. And we had those stones made out of styrofoam, but they looked really like a big rocks.
Mm-hmm.
And we were offloading it from the truck. And I said to him, Hercules, please help me with this big rock. I have it on my video in my phone. And we made a beautiful video, like, okay, I'll take it from you. And then he takes it with such an ease. So we made a little, jokey video about it. It's just marvelous. I mean, he's a very outspoken person. He's very friendly. I really loved working with him.
Yeah, and I know that wasn't your first time working with somebody, quote unquote, with a name value.
Who's that?
But
You were not in that scene. Okay.
Obviously, I was stuck in the back.
they were probably feeding you ice cream and all kinds of other stuff. That's fine. No, but
I actually did eat ice cream.
What's
I
that?
don't think, yeah, I don't think I was in the scene with him either. We were not in the movie, but we were on the set. We met on the set. So yeah,
Okay.
because he's the one who survived. He's the biggest villain, and he's still out there. Actually, Lutze, Lily, and Kevin Sorbo, they're both the only ones survived. So if there would be a sequel,
Natalie didn't survive.
they would be in it, you know. But we're waiting for the film to get into Netflix in US. So once we get in, it's going to be much easier for audience to see this film. Is really epic. I really love it.
Now, obviously, I haven't had a chance to watch yet because this came together pretty quickly, and I'm happy it did come together. But would you say because of the description that I mentioned and everything else, that at least for you, Neb, that there was an opportunity to learn things like sword fighting and just the charts from that time period?
Yeah, I would say that both of us, we learn how to ride horses. We learn how to use a sword. We were in the character for many, many, many days. Many, like we went to Italy 4 or 5 times during the 2 year period. So this movie was put together for a long time. This was not a one-time shot. So yeah, we learned a lot.
Yeah, and the people I'm thinking of right off the bat that will really enjoy that movie are in the both martial arts world and learn sword fighting and things like that, but also do stunts with horse work and out on the West Coast.
We actually
And
fell
so,
off the horse. I mean, she and I were on the training, uh, and the horse kind of skipped the stone, and I thought the horse was falling. But since I was not experienced, I actually threw myself down because I thought we were all falling. But the horse actually kept going, and I fell down, and she fell down. But how did you?
I grabbed the horse's like saddle.
No, what do you call those?
the rain, was it
The
the rain?
rein.
Oh yeah, the reins, the reins. I
She
grabbed the horse's reins and I swung on the horse's mouth. I was just dangling. Then I fell down. I thought that it was gonna be a small fall, but horses are big.
Yeah.
They're big. They're taller than my dad,
This is a
and he's
tall.
like 7 foot tall.
No, I'm not. I'm 6'4". But this was a really high. This was a big horse. This was considered one of the tallest horses.
Yeah, and I thought it was just gonna be like this tall of a fall, but no, it was like falling from the top of my shelves all the way from my couch. It was painful. I hurt my butt,
Yeah, but
and I had metal things on my waist, and I came in contact with the horse's not
was-
foot, the horse's foot, and the horse's hooves are really hard. So
Yeah.
it like, made a mark on my stomach. It hurted for weeks.
but I was really scared to see what happened to her. But she used the reins to land down. So she was really. I was really happy that this incident didn't really came off didn't really come off badly.
Yeah.
So yeah, this is one of the stories.
Yeah, it's funny you both bring it up there, and I put it image from my stunt guy's horses, and people don't realize, or in a chat for you guys to see. And it's funny, people don't realize how big of an animal that horses are. So yeah, I could see that totally being a scary situation. But what would you say your favorite part about this project is? Would you say it's the personal side of things of being able to have father-daughter work together, or is it, something else from the professional side? What would you say is the best part about this?
My favorite part is when the enemy had to kill me, but my dad stepped in front of me and he killed, another character stepped in front of me and it landed on his hand and made his whole body like bleed and stuff. And then I had to run. And do you know why I liked it? Because I had to run, you know? Because all of this itching, actually, it came off when I ran. And I ran so far, they told me to stop, but I was like, no. Because the itching stopped when I run. It felt so good when I run.
Was it like the wool from your costume, would you say, causing the itching, or?
Everything, like this one costume underneath, I don't know how to explain it, but it's really hard underneath. There's lots of this fur and rocks.
Yeah, scratchy.
Yeah, scratchy and stuff. It's like
Scratchy.
wearing a bad sweater without anything underneath.
I totally feel you. How about you, Neb? Do you have something that really stands out, whether the personal or professional side of doing this project?
Yeah, this project, the toughest was endurance. Going there so many times. You know, we went twice with a car, 3 times by plane. So it was endurance. Like, when is it going to be finished? Or like, we have to, because I'm one of the producers, so I know how much is involved to finish the whole film. And every time we came, we just, it's just endurance was one of the biggest challenges. And but I really loved. I enjoyed the fighting, the sword fighting. I enjoyed riding the horses, and working with Lutze was a lot of fun.
Well, yeah, I would expect to be able to work with your daughter is a pleasure, and
Yeah.
it's not like you were out digging ditches. But would you say there's something lined up in the future to be able to have the duo back together again?
Yeah, we are. I'm producing a big movie that it's coming out in a couple of months for sale. So there's space for us to be again in the film. And yeah, I mean, both of both of my kids are actors as well. And I enjoy teaching them acting. It took me a lot of time to learn it, but I feel I can teach them. I have a lot to teach. I have a lot to show and to tell. So I enjoy teaching them, I like that.
Yeah. Well, obviously, I mentioned that about your previous career, and you are from Croatia. You lived there until about, give or take, 22 years old from the way I this interweb talks.
Yeah,
But then you went to school at Northeastern in the Boston area, graduating as a mechanical engineer. You
exactly.
worked with MIT and went that route for several years before you
Yeah, with
decided to pursue
big companies like
acting and
Gilbert,
modeling.
MIT. Yeah.
So, with that, having a degree, which I think most parents push for, to have something, stable, let's say,
Yeah,
compared to acting and music and anything entertainment. And it's great that both of your kids are getting into the acting field with you and on their own. But how do you feel about education? Do they, because you got one, do you feel they need to have an education as well?
I
Whether they
think so.
pursue acting as adults, or how do you feel about that angle?
I mean, they're not yet that close to college, but I think they will go to college. I mean, uh, I think I'm inclined that they go.
That's what I'm getting at. Are you, hey, I want you to go to school. I want you to have something else just in case, whatever you
Oh,
choose to do.
definitely, they will go to school. They will go to college. I don't know what, but they have to go to college to learn. You know, to learn how to study, to learn how to write papers, to learn how to do different studies and different. Um, Lucy, can you come back here?
She
See,
dips off. It's fine. I totally get.
yeah.
But speaking of education, let's is there something that you like studying in school currently, or
Gym class. physical
Okay.
education.
But
Yeah, right on. I can feel that.
but what else do you like?
Science,
You like science?
yes.
What do you have A from?
A from science,
You have an A from science?
yes, and I have an A star from computer class, which I hate. I just got lucky.
Okay.
Hey, you know what? I totally feel you on that. Uh, well, the last thing I wanted to bring up, and it's interesting. I just recently learned this, kind of like poking around and seeing things I can bring up. But you are also a business owner. Oh, no, try this in English. You are also a business owner with having the food industry. So
Yes.
what exact what and when I was looking at that site and stuff, you do stuff with spices and different things, but what would you say makes your brand unique?
Yeah, I started after in my engineering career, I started a food business with my American partner in Boston. And now, 20 years after, we have a really amicable business. We supply all the stores in America with Croatian fig jam that is called Dalmatia fig spread. And it's actually, without even trying, we opened a new category in food called condiments to cheese. So we're basically leading that category in the United States. We're in all the major stores, and people enjoy our fig spread with cheeses all across America. And we're growing every year, and the factory is here is in Croatia. And I do both. I am both a business owner and I'm a film producer and an actor. So that's basically how I spend my life.
Yeah, nothing wrong with that, but it's nice that you have a your hands in a couple different pots per se to,
I manage
make
it.
sure all bases are covered.
Yeah, I manage it well so far. I have really great people in the company that I don't have to be there every day, and I can really focus on acting when I have an acting gig, which is very soon. Like next weekend, there is a American film being shot in Croatia, and I'll be there. And then 2 weeks ago, I was with Army Hammer in Uwe Boll film that was shot in Croatia 2 weeks ago. So that was big. And yeah, I mean, I can manage all of it. I mean, I enjoy. I think. I mean, look, I only have 3 businesses. Elon Musk has like 20, so we can do a lot as
Yeah.
individuals.
Uh, and it's interesting you just bring it up out, so I'll make this the last question. And obviously, I'm familiar with like the structure and different things as far as filming things, say here in the States or if even in like England and things like that. But how would you say it's different filming in Croatia compared to other places in the world?
Croatia is right there. I film a lot in United States. Last year, I filmed about 4 movies, mostly indie movies in LA. But I would say very similar. Here, it's more like, you have to have 2 cameras, you have to have like 50 people on the ground. In Croatia, even when I was shooting my film 3 years ago, I had to have a full crew. I couldn't just wiggle it, with one camera and a couple of people. That's the biggest difference. Like in LA, we can go with one camera and shoot in the film for like much less money. But here you have to really spend, you have to like get everything according to the book. You have to pay everybody the rate plus their bonuses plus their government taxes, whatever. In US is much easier. You just pick up a couple of people, you have your crew, and you have one camera, and then you just film it. That's
Right
the
on.
big.
Well, the movie is The Last Redemption. Folks, thank you so much for the time and keep in touch, please.
Thank you for your time and for interviewing us. Lutze, you want to say something?
Thank you for not letting me speak any questions.
Hi, I'm Stephen Fitch, and you're listening to Crazy Train Radio.